Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. This is not with regards to the Etheria restart update that we just got. No, it's something to do with abusing not a bug, but abusing a feature in Arena, guys. You can actually make use of this feature in Arena to essentially more or less guarantee you a 100% win rate. Okay, I would love to say it's a 100% win rate RTA. That's not gonna happen. But at least, in my opinion, a 100% win rate in EVE Arena, right? And this has been part of the game ever since day one. Chat, what do you notice here, guys? What do you notice here? What do you notice about this frame right here? I notice a smart and intellectual streamer. Okay, here is the feature, right? Number one, as a free-to-play player myself, I have achieved diamond, by the way. Absolute cinema. I have achieved myself a diamond rank in EVE Arena as a free-to-play player, right? That's one. Number two, I intentionally planted a boom in my defense team. And that is, if you guys have not noticed by now, my Ling Luo is actually naked, guys. You will notice that for Rosa here, we have a pet. For Heinrich here, we have a pet. And for Marvel here, we also have a pet. Ling Luo does not have a pet. She is, in fact, naked. She is, in fact, naked. So this is basically the feature in which I want to quickly talk about today. I'm not sure if they will ever, like, patch this or change this or update this. But essentially, you can roughly tell what your opponents have in the EVE Arena simply from looking, not the units here, but looking at their formation, right? So you go in, you can see exactly what kind of pets they have in the screen here, right? You can literally see it in real time. This guy has an artisan. This guy has a bee bubble. The Freya has a Sharky. And then the Valerian, I'm pretty sure that is one of the very, very early unique shells. You can quite literally see the shell that your opponent has. And me personally, I think this is extremely, extremely critical information because, whoa, you can use your eyes. Yep. You can use your eyes. You can actually see what type of shells your opponent has equipped. And you can actually make use of this information to see if you want to take the hit in EVE Arena. So for example, right, I see right here, his Marvel and his Freya has a bee bubble as well as a Sharky, which means comparatively speaking, also you can always just leave, by the way. You can always just leave. It doesn't matter. It actually would not consume your tickets, right? It's still going to be completely fine. You can actually go in and scout your opponent in real time, right? So one very important thing and why this is very good is because if they are still using bee bubbles, right? If they are still using bee bubbles and the Sharky, right? For example, Twilight Knight, they are going to be at a comparatively lower base stat compared to your account. So this base stat at maxed out level 40 is actually only 27. But if you go ahead and take a look into a maxed out mythic shell, it will be a maxed out at 35, guys. So you can literally make use of this information to sort of gauge if you can actually outspeed your opponent, if whether or not they have a mythic shell on their DPS support and sustains, right? And another thing to note is this second line over here, it can also roll speed rolls, and your mythic shells actually roll a higher amount in this as well. So for example, this rolled a, I believe, 18 speed. So from a single shell alone, I have gotten 53 speed from nothing else. I straight up have a 53 speed advantage if I wanted to use this particular white fang, which places me at a huge massive speed advantage compared to users that are still using bee bubbles as well as sharkies. So I personally think this is actually a very interesting mechanic. So you can always go in and scout, right? So for example, I scout this guy. Let's scout Chris, right? So we're gonna go and check out what okay, we're gonna go in and see what bro has. Okay, so you're gonna enter. All right, let's see. All right, so bro has a shark on his claws, right? And claws usually would be their fastest unit, and then the Freya has a what the fuck that thing is, but definitely not the mythic shell, which means that you can actually now make use of the information to more safely build up a opener and know whether or not you can outspeed your opponent in EVE Arena, right? So if you don't want to fight this, right? If you don't want to fight this, simply just leave. You will cause a grand total of 0 arena tickets, so you can quite literally rinse and repeat this and just find out like what your opponent. So let's just go ahead and fight a real player. 2,715 elo VG Droop, right? So let's see what this clause has to offer for this particular build, right? So this is at 2715, and you can instantly tell this clause is gonna be hella fucking fast, right? Because they are gonna be on the Gigabyte, right? The mythic shell on both the clause as well as the Chiaki Echo, which means that they are gonna be at a bare minimum a higher base set, higher speed compared to your Black Fangs as well as your Bee Bubbles, right? And you can see his Hyrule gear is also going to be equipped with White Fang, and his Real Moga is also equipped with White Fang. So his entire team is all fully decked out mythic. So if you wanted to see if your opponent has these shells, and you know that for a fact, okay, there's no way my account can beat this guy with like full-on mythic, simply just leave. Simply just leave, right? So this literally works at any point of the game within Arena, even in RTA, by the way. I am pretty sure this works in RTA. You know what? We're just going to do a little bit of I'm just going to match make just to prove a point here. Okay. Brad Tate. I'm pretty sure that's a bot. But even in RTA, you can see what he picks, right? He picks someone. Look, you can literally see his Lian has a bear, right? That's the bear echo, the unique shell echo. So right now, if I were to go ahead, let's just say let's just pick like Marvel and Freya, right? You can see in real time, your shells are displayed even within the draft of the RTA itself, even outside of Arena. So you can now now see, right? Now his Messiah is on B Bubble, right? His Messiah is on the Twilight Knight, and then his next unit is going to be Real Mocha, also on the bear. So this guy is clearly probably not gonna be popping off too hard. I'm just gonna slam on this, but wait, is my D-Thing geared? Oh shit, it's the wrong gear. Oh shit, it's the wrong gear, guys. Oh my god, chat, I might be losing the bot. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, in any case, so that's basically the entire gist of this. You can actually see what your opponent has based on the shells that they are equipped for both Arena and RTA. Now, I'm not sure if they are gonna make use of this info. Okay, I'm just gonna go do like a link lore, right? In case I get like get cooked or something. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just on. We're gonna cleave his ass. All right, we're gonna cleave his ass. Let's ban the Sanya so that she doesn't have a sustain. All right. So you can see, you can literally see the individual shells, B bubble, the bear guy. So when you want to play this in real-time Arena or the EVE Arena, this, in my opinion, is a huge giveaway in terms of like speed tuning, quality of your DPS, and see whether or not you are strong enough to take on the opponents. And it could also potentially affect the way you do a bans, right? So for example, if they are Messiah here, he has like a maxed out White Fang instead of like B-Bubbin, I would have probably banned out this Messiah, right? So let's just take a look over here. Bada boom with a D-Thing. The GOAT, by the way. The absolute GOAT. Yeah, okay, as I was saying, hopefully this video has been a little bit of advice. I'm not sure if they are gonna be fixing this or like removing the visibility of the shells, but as of now, this is 100% working, right? This is 100% working for both EVE Arena as well as RTA. I am not sure if this is gonna be available for your Union Guild War, but if it will be, then that is also crucial information in which you can use to basically affect your builds, right? If I see some guy running Artisan, I know that he's gonna be getting the defense buff as well as the shoot, right? But if I see some guy running, let's just say Alicorn, right? Alicorn is a shell that gives you Dispel 2 debuffs with the Etheria. So now I can mentally prepare, okay, this guy is actually capable of dispelling debuffs. So I actually don't think this is going to be in place for very long, because I think it's like a huge giveaway as to team building and drafting and countering your enemies, especially at least in RTA, right? At least in RTA, I think this is a huge tell. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hopefully you guys have been grinding our arena before, I guess, this thing gets patched, whatever. And yeah, word of the day is going to be, you're welcome. You're welcome, right? Join Discord, join Discord, join all the best. Use code MrPokke with them. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.